Hey guys, Alex at HOGWORKZ. Today we're going to talk about our universal underglow lighting kit. So in the kit comes with 12 LED strips. There's 4 short ones, 4 medium length ones, and 4 long ones. You got extenders to extend the light strip, remote control. It also has a brake function as well. So I have 12 lights total, 2 up near the fender, 2 in the mid frame, and then 2 back here by saddlebags. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is get some of the stuff off the bike. You wanna take your seat off, your saddlebags off, and also depending on where in the mid frame you plan on putting the strips, you may have to take your gas tank off as well. The location we're going to put the lights at, we need to take the gas tank off. So we're going to start with taking the tank dash off. So what you'll need for this is 5/32 Allen wrench and a 3/8 socket. Now that you have your tank dash off, it's time to go ahead and pull the tank off. There's 2 bolts here in the rear, and then there's 2 bolts up here on the side. So this is the rubber boot here, you want to pull this off. Torx 40 screws here, you go ahead and pull this screw out. There's the same one on the other side. And then there's 2 more back here on the rear. So there's 4 bolts total that hold your tank on. All right, to take the fuel line off, all you gotta do is put a towel underneath it. This has got a little collar on it, slips up and down. You go ahead and pull it up, pull the gas line out. Just kind of hold your rag there for a second. Some of this might drip out of the tank a little bit. And that's, now your gas line's disconnected. Should be ready to pull the tank. For our setup, we decided to run 2 of the shorter LED strips up front, 2 medium length ones along the frame underneath the gas tank, 1 long one along the inside frame rail here, and then we're going to run the other long one along the bottom of our saddlebag bracket. So we have posi-tap connector that's going to connect into our OEM harness, and then we just have your regular standard battery terminals hooked to our positive and negatives. First, you need a 3/16 Allen. Remove these 2 screws that hold the battery down. Pull this computer board here up. There's 2 little tabs on the sides. Just open them up. This thing pops right out. And now you can get to your battery connections. Disconnect the negative and positive. Once you have your terminals on here, you go ahead and connect them. And once you have your negative and positive hook up to your battery, what we want to do is hook up our brake light. We're using posi-tap connectors on these here. There's obviously a lot of different ways you can hook up to it, but we found that posi-tap works the best. And what that does is anytime you hit the brakes, no matter what color your lights are on running, they could be green at the time. If you hit your brakes, all your lights will turn red. So then you go ahead, after you have that hooked up, go ahead and reconnect your connection here. And then the last thing you want to do is just do a quick function test to make sure that all your lights are working the way you want before you start running them. I'll show you the brake function, like right now they're on. If I grab the brake, so all your lights are going to light up red when you hit the brake. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with our front fender, putting the lights on, and just press it. Then what we'll do is tuck this wire in. Put a little bit of tape on it to hold it tucked in. So we'll basically have this wire like this. We'll put our other light right under here, run the wire up to it, peel the sticky film off here. Keep this tied up here. You take some of this foam. The kit comes with some extenders, and this is basically to extend the wire so you got enough length to get you back to your junction box underneath your seat. We're going to want to go ahead and use the long extension. So what I'll do is I'll take my long extender, my long extension, flip it on the front because this one's the furthest away from the box. Is run this through. I'm going to take both my 2 wires here. So to tie up the 2 front wires, we're going to use one of these stick-on zip tie clamps. And then just keep in mind when you are doing this, you do want a little bit of slack, you know, between the mount and where the lights are, just so that when the forks are riding up and down, you got a little bit of play room here. This here again is your extension. Get you back to the box. Since this one's on the rear, we'll be able to use our shorter extension. So we'll go ahead and put our shorter extension on. And then you can kind of run these right together. Tuck them up as you can, right on back to battery connection. These LEDs on the side here, you want to make sure that you really look at where your tank covers the frame at before you take your tank off. You kind of want to light up the top of the engine, these chrome parts. A good reference point where to start is there's mounting holes at the rear mounting holes for the gas tank. You start about 4 or 5 inches in front of those. It'll cover your flush mounts and you won't be able to see the LED strips. Here we're going to install, we're going to use the longer strip LED for our saddlebag support. Alright, so once you have them installed, you can go through some of the functions. If you press the D letter on the controller, that's to turn the lights on and off. The A button on the remote will change your colors. The B button on the remote will change the effect. And the C button also changes the effect as well. No matter what color you have these on, if you're running down the road and you hit your brakes, they're all going to light up red. Just like that. So everybody will be able to see you when you're stopping.